Hello everyone, my name is Vitor and welcome to my YouTube channel Portuguese Vitor. So, today we're going to talk about the written accent in Portuguese. So first of all, we're going to see the four we have, and then we're going to talk about the rule we use in Portuguese. So let's start. First of all, we have the tio. It's that little clown on the letter. So this accent is only used for one thing, to create a nasal sound of a word. For example, the word hand in Portuguese, it would be written mão. But the word hand is said mão. Then we must place the tio accent on it. Mão. Without the accent, it would be mão. It's wrong. It's mão. Another example would be the word no. Não. Without the accent would be now. But it's não. The word irmã, sister. Irmã is not irmã, it's irmã. Okay? And the word mother, mãe, is not mãe, it's mãe. So the tio is only used for this focus. Okay? Moving on, we have the grave accent. So the grave accent is going to be a contraction between the a preposition and the a article or another kind of a I'm going to show you now. For example, eu vou à festa. Eu vou à festa. You can see that the a we have here, it has the grave accent. Why? In English it would be I'm going to the party. In Portuguese, this a with the grave accent is representing to the, because to in Portuguese means a and the means a. Instead of saying eu vou à festa, link these two a's and place the grave accent. Okay? That's the grave accent and how it used. It's very simple. I don't know why people make mistake, but it's very simple. And another example would be eu vou àquela cidade. Eu vou àquela cidade, okay? I'm going to that city. So in this case, to means a, and that means aquela. Instead of saying eu vou àquela cidade, we say aquela cidade. We link the a with the first a of aquela, and then we place the grave accent. Okay, done? So these are the two first ones. They are the most simple, and people make mistake with them, but they are very simple. Okay? So now we are going to move to the agudo and the circumflex accents. So they are going to have the same rule. They are almost the same thing. The difference is in the sound of the word. Every time we use the accent agudo, the sound is open. For example, the word with the Z and the E after that. If we place the agudo accent, it's going to be Zé. Zé. Can you see it's open? Zé. Repeat after me. Zé. But if you place the circumflex accent, it's going to be Z. Z. Zé. Z. Can you see? Very simple. People make mistake all the time, but it's very simple. Just pay attention to the sound. Okay? Now, we're going to move to the hard part. Sometimes you're going to see that this class is going to become complex, but don't give up. It's hard. Okay? Don't give up. Portuguese, learning a language is like this. It's hard. But if you're going only to learn if you face these obstacles. Okay? So let's start motivational speech, but it's okay, let's move to rule, grammar. So in Portuguese, I'm going to show you here that in Portuguese, we have the syllable separation, and you can see that the stress of a syllable can be in three places. Can be in the last syllable, and the penultimate syllable, and in the antepenultimate syllable, okay? There are no ways for the stress to be before the antepenultimate syllable. It doesn't exist in Portuguese, okay? Take notes there, Spanish speakers, okay? Only antepenultimate, penultimate, and last syllable, okay? Let's see some examples. for the penultimate syllable. We have, so again, before I continue, I recommend you watching the video here, okay, about syllable separation. I'm going to leave the link here, okay. So teacher, I didn't watch it, I haven't watched this class, what should I do? So click on the link is also in the description, okay. And don't forget, leave a like and subscribe. So let's continue. Janela, janela. So the word has the stress in the penultimate. Janela. It's not janela or janela. It's janela. It means window. The word house, casa. It's not casa, it's casa. Okay? The word dog, cachorro, penultimate. And the word importante, important. And we also have the word image, imagem. So all these words, they have the stressed syllable in the penultimate. And the words now, I'm going to show you, they have the stressed syllable in the last one. For example, the word paper, papel. The word bamboo, we have bamboo. The word chess, we have xadrez. The word here, we have aqui. And the word teacher, we have professor. So, I gave you in the last class that the result effect makes the stress go to the last syllable. But let's take a look at the previous words that they have the accent, the stress in the penultimate. So their endings, the main part here is the ending. Take a look at the ending. Some ends with A, some ends with E, O, and M. So here is the tip, here's the hint. Words in Portuguese, they usually end with A, E, O, and M. And these letters with the S after it, as the plural, okay? So Portuguese is made like this, from words ending with A, As, Es, Os, and Ens, okay? And words that ends like this, they must be stressed in the penultimate, okay? And then we have the result effect. The result effect that I gave you, the words from papel and down. These words, they have other endings. So words with other endings, they tend to have the stress in the last syllable, okay? So, the rule is that words ending with as, es, os, and ens, they are stressed in the penultimate. Words ending with any other ending, they tend to be stressed in the last syllable. Okay? This is the rule. Take notes. Rule in Portuguese about stress. As, es, os, and ens. Stressed in the penultimate. Any other ending, stressed in the last syllable. Okay? And now we are going to start talking about accents. Why? Because the rule is that the accent is going to be any exception of this rule. Any exception for this rule. Take notes. Accents are exceptions. The biggest amount of words in Portuguese, they are in this rule. If it's not in the rule, it's going to be an exception, and usually it receives an accent. Okay? Let's take a look at the first example. We have this word, okay? The word is written right here, and it means coffee. Read it. Pay attention. It ends with E. As it ends with E, it's in the first part, so it must be stressed in the penultimate. Coffee. Although, if you know this word, it's wrong. The stress is in the last syllable. It's café. Okay? As it is running away from the rule that must be stressed in the penultimate, we must have to use the accent in the stressed syllable. Okay? To tell there is an exception in this word, okay? So it's café with an accent. Can you see every time the word runs away from the rule, you are going to use the accent, okay? For example, the word Portuguese. Read the word Portuguese. It ends with es, is, so it must be in the first part. The penultimate syllable must be the stressed. Reading with the stressed syllable in the penultimate, Português, Português. It's wrong. You know, we talk about Português. So the stress is in the last one. Can you see? It's running away from the rule, so it's an exception. In this case, we must use the accent. As I told you, the circumflex accent shows the closed sound. Português is not Português, it's Português. As the sound is closed, okay, it must be the circumflex accent. Can you see? Another example would be the word viney in English. Read it. It ends with O, so it must be the stress in the penultimate. Sipo, sipo. But this word is an exception again. The stress is in the last. Cipó, cipó. As it is an exception for the rule I gave you, must use the accent in the stressed syllable. Okay? Again, let's move to another example. For example, the word taxi in English, we have here this word. Read it. It doesn't end with any of the ends for the penultimate syllable, so it's another ending. It must be the stress in the last. We must say taxi, taxi. Although in Portuguese, this word is pronounced taxi, taxi. As it runs away from the rule that any other ending is going to be in the last syllable, the stress here is in the penultimate, so it's an exception. Taxi, taxi. Okay? The word virus, read it. Okay? So, as it ends with US, in this case, the stress is in the last. Virus, virus. But no, the stress is in the penultimate. So it's an exception. Okay? So the word is going to have virus. Virus. The accent is going to be in the I. And again, the word sneakers. Read it. Tennis. Tennis. No, it's an exception. Tennis. Tennis. Okay? Tennis. So, pay attention. The rules, the accents, these words with accents, they are exceptions. Okay, so accents gives exceptions. They show exceptions. Most words are in the rule. As, es, os, ens, penultimate syllable. Any other ending, last syllable. Okay? And I told you that in Portuguese, we can have the stress in the antepenultimate syllable. Okay, so if the stress is in the antepenultimate syllable, pay attention. The rule is penultimate syllable for as, es, os, ens, and last syllable for any other ending. If the word has the stress in the antepenultimate syllable, it's running away from the rule. So every word that has the stress in the antepenultimate syllable is going to have the accent. Every word with the antepenultimate syllable stressed is going to have the accent. For example, the word unique, único, 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 unique. Bird, pássaro, pássaro, bird, pássaro. Okay? Music, música, música. Okay? So, I hope it was clear for you. Bye bye and see you in the next video.